I came up with a list of 5 things you can do to build a movement to give you momentum. So the first one is you want to pick a clear, easy to understand, measurable, shared goal that people can rally around and try to get as specific as you can. There's a huge difference between rallying people and saying, let's plant 10,000 trees is much stronger than let's plant trees.
Yeah.
So try to come up with something that you can get rally people to that cause. The second one is build the movement around a concept that people want to be true. And I think this is really important. You see this with lots of the titles and concepts of lots of best-selling books. So the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss launched a movement because people wanted to believe it was possible. They wanted to believe that that was true. I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi was a hit in part because people want to believe that wealth can be a learned skill. Not everybody, but some people, the right people, are going to be attracted to that. And those ideas that people want to be true are the kind of ideas that people will be attracted to and will rally around. So, how do you frame that thing? Yeah, there's going to be some people that don't buy into the fact that employee branding is important, but they're not your people.
Yeah.
The ones that do or want to believe that it can make a difference are the ones that are going to join your movement. The third thing is if you want to create a movement, you need to choose a nemesis. What you're against is as important as what you're for. And it doesn't have to be an individual. It can be a concept. It can be a societal structure. It can be the way business is currently done, any of that. It's much easier to rally people towards a movement that's against an enemy. By the way, this can be used for good or bad and for good or evil, unfortunately. But think about the famous 1984 Apple ad that introduced the Macintosh. That ad didn't talk about how great the Mac was. It was structured around a nemesis, which was IBM. The whole centerpiece of the ad is throwing the thing into the screen and taking down IBM and Big Brother and all of that is designed to attract a movement. And it's not a coincidence that Macintosh and Apple became very much a movement that was way more than just a product that people like. The fourth thing to do if you want to create a movement is to create a shared language. So inside jokes are really powerful and language is really powerful. Every movement has its own unique communication that becomes a way to identify and connect with other members. An easy way to see this is if you look at artists or people, anyone that has like a rabid fan base, the most passionate fan bases have a shared language. So Baba Booey means something to Howard Stern fans. Lady Gaga's fans aren't just fans, they're her little monsters. So I think how can you create a shared language around what you're doing that people can rally around and start using? And then the fifth thing here, if you want to build a movement, is you want to make it simple for supporters to spread the word and identify themselves as part of the movement. How can you make that easier? Dickie Bush and Nicholas Cole, who are the guys behind Ship 30 for 30, have done an amazing job at this, right? In multiple ways. So it's part of how Ship 30 has grown to be so big. Participants use the ship emoji in their profiles to identify as part of the movement. And other people see that and want to be a part of it and also go, what's the ship in your thing? And even the structure of their thing, part of the genius of Ship 30 is that the people that are doing it have to post on social every day the things that they're writing. So those daily posts give the movement built-in promotion and virality. So it's interesting to think about how what you do, how can you build in things that allow people that are on board with this employee branding movement, create ways that make sense for them to share and identify as such. So there you go. Those 5 things. If you try to do those 5 things, you will be well on your way to building a successful movement.
Amazing.